Hi everyone. I'm going to go through a particularly difficult question from last year's Decision Maths 2024 A-level Decision Maths paper. It's question 7, and they've done the simplex for one iteration, but then you have to go backwards. So it properly messed with my head. And I've looked around on YouTube. I couldn't find much that helped to go backwards. So I've used the mark scheme and a lot of head scratching to come up with some reasoning and understanding of how it works. Right then, so it's a maximised question. If you look, it's S1, S2, S3. There is no artificial values there, so we know everything is less than or equal to. Right, so on the initial tableau, it would have been set up as S1, S2, S3. So if you look, the basic variable has changed to X. So that's identifying X as the pivot column. If I can, it's a bit weird, hang on. Right, so from this, the X column must have been used with a ratio. From there, if you look at your X column, the 1 must have been made into the pivot. So row 2 was changed. If you look, everything's divided by 4 on these values. And if you think about it, the first row would have had an S1 in it, the second row would have had an S2 in it, and it would have had a value of 1 lot of S2. So to reverse it, to make that quarter go back to a 1, I want to do row 2 times by 4. So I want to do 4 lots of X plus a quarter Y plus a quarter Z plus a quarter S2 is equal to 4 lots of 4 lots of 10. So that'll give me, do it again. Literally, calling continues. Right, so it gives me 4x plus y plus z plus s2 is 40. So by removing the s2, I've got 4x plus y plus z is less than or equal to 40. And that's part A. Yeah. So part A. So then it says, so state the column that contains pivot value. Oh, right, so that's just the X, but the row 2X column, isn't it? By considering the equation represent below tab over. Right, okay, so let's formulate it then. So I've got this equation, that's cool. So now let's look at row 1. Oh, right. So row 1 has got an S2 value in. Now row 1 shouldn't have an S2 value in. So I need to get rid of that minus a half S2. But look, this was a quarter. So I would have done a multiple of this to get rid of that. So to reverse it, I probably want to add on 2 lots of row 2. Because I took away 2 lots of row 2. Because initially that would have been a 0, and it would have been minus 2 lots of a quarter. So row 1 would have been a 0 minus 2 lots of a quarter. So I'm going to reverse it and add 2 lots of row 2. Let's do extend again. Extend load. Got my writing's too big. Right, let's have a look then. So row 1. Okay. So row 1 was minus half y plus 3 over 2z plus S1 minus a half S2. I'm going to add on, the two lots of the pivot row, X plus a quarter Y minus a quarter Z plus a quarter S2. That's going to equal 30 plus two lots of 10. The original value was two lots of pivot row. Right, so let's have a look. What have we got now? So I've got minus a half Y, 3 over 2Z, plus S1, minus a half S2, plus 2X, plus a half Y, minus a half Z, plus a half S2 is equal to 50. Right, so what I've got for X is then, so I've got 2X, I've got no Y, I've got one lot of Z, I've got S1, S2 disappears, is equal to 50. So then 2X plus Z must be less than or equal to 50, and that's my second one. So I've done row 1, I've done row 2. Let's have a look at row 3. Let's have a look at row 3. So row 3, if you look, it's just got S3 in it, and there's been no alterations on S2 because it's taken or adding from the pivot row. So that implies to me that row 3 hasn't changed. So row 3 is stayed the same. So let's have a look at row 4 now. Pivot row. Look at row 4. Alright, so I need to get rid of the 3 quarters. Now that originally would have been a 0. So I must have done 0 plus 3 lots of the pivot row to do that, to get that 3 quarters in there. So 0 plus 3 lots of a quarter. So to reverse that, I'm going to do minus 3 lots of row 2. There. You can see with this one as well, your p-value originally was 0. So you can see that you've added on 3 lots of the pivot row. So you're going to be taking away 3 lots of the pivot row. So once again, you've kind of got another confirmation. Well, this one, you've got another confirmation that I need to do minus 3 lots of my pivot row. Let me give myself a little bit more room. A bit more. Right, you ready? Probably find out now. I didn't check the microphone. Probably work. Right then, so let's do. So my original one was P. Well, what's in the tableau? Sorry, the iteration 1 is this. No, hang on. Might be answer. So we do P minus a quarter Y minus 11 over 4Z plus 3 quarters of S2 minus 3 lots of my pivot row, which is X plus a quarter Y minus a quarter Z plus a quarter S2 equal to 30 minus 3 lots of 10. I'll be 30 seconds. Sorry. So a quarter Y minus 11 over 4Z plus 3 over 4 S2 minus 3X minus 3 quarters Y. I'm massively running out of time. Plus 3 quarters Z minus 3 quarters S2 is equal to 0. Let's tidy this up a little bit then. So P, let's have a look for X's. So I've got a minus 3X. I've got minus a quarter Y minus 3 quarters Y. So that's going to be minus Y. I've got minus 11 over 4Z plus 3 over 4Z. That's minus 8 over 4Z and minus 2Z. S2 cancels and I've got equal to 0. So my P will be 3X plus Y plus 2Z. That's it. So my final, so to maximise P as 3X plus Y plus 2Z. My row 1 Moving on. So row one was 2x plus z less than or equal to 50. Row two would have been, so row two's pivot, isn't it? Where's that? So that is the pivot, that one, isn't it? No. Row two, that's my pivot. 4x plus y plus z. 4x plus y plus z less than or equal to 40, I think. Row three stayed the same. So that would be y plus z less than or equal to 26. And y plus z less than or equal to 26. And then I've got that's it, isn't it? That's it, all done. Right, definitely done. I hope that makes sense because it's properly flat in my head.